What's good, hip hop? What's good? This your boy Robb D, aka Robb Diggie, BKA Robb D, in the place to be, giving you all the honorable mention for season 3. And you all know the background. You already know what it is. Only built for Cuban Linx, one of the best hip hop mafia style albums that has ever been created. Probably one of the best hop albums, period, has ever been created. So, what I want to pull out real quick is this CD. This is the original CD that I have bought back in August 1st of 1995. This disc now is 26 years old. It's not, it's got some scratches on it, but she still play in the car. This CD, I still play to this day. And I will tell you all that when it comes to Only Built for Cuban Linx, it is a classic hip hop album from Raekwon the Chef featuring Tony Stark, aka Ghostface Killah. So that is the premise for our discussion for today. And I have a very special guest that I brought back for his second appearance on the podcast. A good brother of mine from Dallas, Texas. My boy Kinfolk, ThePlug, is in here with us. Gonna sit down with me and talk about the iconic Purple Tape, how the Purple Tape came to be, some of the production, some of the significance of hip hop, and some of the tracks that we like off of here. So without further ado, let me bring this young brother in. Kinfolk, what's good? Talk to the world, my good guy, man. What's happening? Tell everybody what's good. Make sure you unmute yourself so we can hear you, man.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up?
What's good, man? What's good with you, bro? How was life, man? The last time we saw you was back in the end of season 2 when we did Wu-Tang Clan together. I appreciate that love, man. And how things been going since then, bro?
I mean, everything is good on this end. You know, I just, like I said, we try to keep busy. You know what I'm saying? Like, people be complaining. We don't. We too busy hustling. So that's how we go.
I hear that, man. I hear that. So Kinfolk ThePlug is, ladies and gentlemen, the plug. So if you're looking for a plug into something, regardless of what it is, he is the go-to guy. It seems like everybody knows who Kinfolk is, and I'm glad to have him in my little inner circle because this brother knows everybody, and I'm glad to have him aboard for this honorable mention show. So let's get into some of the facts about Only Built for Cuban Linx. All the songs were produced by the RZA, by the way. One of the only two albums that he produced solely by himself. This one and then Liquid Swords by the GZA is the other one. Runtime is about 72 minutes or so. Released August 1st, 1995. It was named on Rolling Stone magazine's greatest albums of all times, number 480 in 2012, and then it got re-upped to number 2019 in 2020's list. It is considered the Purple Tape, the one and only Purple Tape, and the reason why that is because when Raekwon the Chef and Ghostface, were actually more Raekwon more than anything else, decided to put this album out, he wanted to be different than everybody else. He wanted to have, in essence, he wanted to be the equivalent to a dope dealer, right? So a dope dealer puts a stamp on something. A good example is Blue Magic. You know what I mean? With from American Gangster, the gentleman that was featured on there. So sort of like the same equivalent. So he wanted his tape to be purple. So if you were to buy the actual cassette tape, it was actual Purple Tape. There has never been another Purple Tape in the history of hip hop. So when you speak about the Purple Tape, there's only one Purple Tape, and that is this album behind me, Only Built for Cuban Linx. One of the greatest hip hop albums of all time. Got 4.5 mics when it first came out from the Source magazine. It got remiked up to 5 mics a few years later, and it is loosely based on a 1984 movie called Once Upon a Time in America, where the mafioso style actually is the background of most or the theme of the album. It's about 18 tracks, so it's kind of long, but there are no skips, ladies and gentlemen. I'm talking about 18 bangers straight all the way through. There's no skips on the album. If you are a fan of hip hop, if you have not heard this album, I suggest you stop what you're doing right now, go back, go check it out on either iTunes or Spotify, wherever you listen to your music. Listen to it from cover to cover because you will be thoroughly entertained, because it is like watching a movie. It literally is watching a movie, but you're listening to it. So my first question for Kinfolk ThePlug. First off, brother, thank you for joining us this afternoon or late in the evening here in the Midwest. And my first question, Kinfolk, is what is the significance of the Purple Tape to hip hop music?
I mean, I would say, like I told you, I would say it's got to be a top 10 hip hop album, because At the time, I mean, who else was hot at the time when this album dropped? You
Oh, we had a
remember?
few. Well, we got Big. Big was hot. East Coast was hot. Is
Yeah, I was
what I
gonna
would say
say
to
East
that.
Coast was kind of running it
Yeah.
at that time. So you gotta think. I mean, to me, it's up there. Like, I mean, to me, I like it more than I like Biggie's first album.
Okay, that's fair.
I
That's
like
fair.
it. You know what I'm saying? Because if you listen to you could tell that this was like artwork. You get what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like you could tell they worked hard and made this a masterpiece. Because if you listen how, even think about it like this also, like Nas is the only like on feature on it that's not a Wu-Tang member. So
Word.
you know what I'm
Word.
saying? So you got to think of it like that, and then just the album all alone is just great. What it had, like 4 or 5 singles when it came out.
Yep.
And so, Loud Records knew what they were doing because Loud was still doing street teaming. So so it's like people don't understand that. Like, bro, Loud is like the truth, man. Like, man, there's just so much about this album because it's a classic. I mean, there's nothing you can say wrong about the album because you can listen to it beginning to the end. Like, it is like a movie, though. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, they talk about in the beginning, striving for perfection. So when the album starts out, it's a conversation between Ghostface and Raekwon, and they're like, "Yo, man, like I want to get out of the game. I want to raise my grandchildren. I'm thinking about longevity, and I want to get out of the game, but I can't." And it's like that's how the whole album kind of sets the tone. And then you
Yep.
go into Knuckleheads, then Knowledge God, then Criminology rap. I mean, like it's so many like different layers about the mafioso style of life that they grew up on Staten Island, that they just put it on music. They put it for your ears to listen to for about their experiences. That's really what it comes down to. I know it sounds simplistic, but that's really all they did, and it came out the way that the RZA produced it, the way these brothers rapped on it. I mean, all the Wu-Tang members get on there except for one, which we'll get into here in a little bit, why that was omitted. But we'll talk about some theories about that, of course. But I think that, and I want to get your thoughts about this, Kinfolk. So Raekwon's Only Built for Cuban Linx album was the third solo effort out of the Wu-Tang Clan when they started to do their solo albums. So
Bro,
do you think there was any pressure on Raekwon to produce on this one? Because we
nope,
had Method Man, and then it was ODB was the first couple
nope,
solo
nope,
joints.
nope, no. Because if you listen to everybody's solo album they first dropped, they actually all kind of hard. Like everybody had their own thing. That's why when they a group, they good because they like they're like ingredients. They what I'm saying, they make a great gumbo. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
So like Liquid Source hard. Method's first album hard. Like even you guys' first album was somewhat decent. Like people like sleep on you got, but you got hard. Like
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So you gotta understand that even though like people like Master Killer didn't get his shine, like he should have. Like a lot of them didn't get their shine like they should. Like Capadonna, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? But nah, the first like everybody's first album hard to me. Like I got all they albums. I got like their whole discography on my little flash drive. You know what I'm saying? So I even got like Woo affiliate stuff like Killer Army and all that stuff. So
Oh, you got the whole gamut.
yeah,
Okay,
I
okay.
got all that over here.
He got the whole gamut, ladies and gentlemen. He got the whole gamut. You want anything Wu-Tang, you go talk to Kinfolk ThePlug. He'll definitely set you up and sit you down for a Wu-Tang lesson.
Bro, people really don't understand how hard Wu Tang really is, bro.
Yeah,
And the album itself, man, come on, bro. Like seriously. I mean, and this is this kind of one of the things that people like, when they talk to Jay, they be like, why you don't ever work with anybody new? I'm like, these dudes have been in the game for over 20 years.
yeah.
What can these new kids tell you? You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
These legends, they in the studio giving out advice and everything, you know what I'm saying, about longevity. They still
Yeah,
overseas. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, yeah. But when it comes to this particular album, Kinfolk, I want to get more into this one with the production, the sound, and the rhymes. Like when you think about the elements of a perfect album, which is one of the reasons why it has a 5 mic album rating. It is a perfect album. But
right.
when you think about the elements of it, man, the beats, the rhymes, the chemistry between Ghostface and Ray, like Talk to me about your thoughts on that. How and why are the elements that make this such a perfect album?
Because they knew each other. They
Okay.
like you got to think of it like this. Like I'm gonna be completely honest, RZA is not one of my favorite producers at all. Like he does like what makes him unique, especially when he works with Wu-Tang members, is especially when he do that sampling. And bro, he mashes it like together well with them. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
why, like I said, that's why it's easy for them when they a group to sound so amazing. So when he's on their solo projects, he makes it sound like that Wu flavor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They never get outside of their box and try to be, anything different. They always stay Wu, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I like it.
Yeah, but with that in mind, though, this album is different. This album didn't sound like Tikal. This album didn't sound like Returning to the 36 Chambers that ODB did. This one sounds different. This one sounds like a movie.
You know why though?
Yeah.
Like because you got to think. The Cal was on what Def Jam, I think it was.
Yeah, he was on Def Jam. Facts.
Albums wasn't on those albums. Them first other albums like Dirty's. I think his was Elektra. Those were major labels. You know what I'm saying? So they had like more money and machine to put behind them. So they wanted those radio singles. You know what I'm saying? So that's like they didn't need to do that with this. Like they did, straight, a street album, and then Loud went out and did their street teaming thing, and the album's a platinum album today. You know what I'm saying? I know it's
facts.
So you got to think of it like that. They didn't have a bunch of videos. They didn't push a bunch of videos. You know what I'm saying? So, and then you think about was Ghostface's first album solo? Was it a major?
Oh, you got me on the spot on that one. I'm not exactly sure. You know what? I thought Ghostface was part of Def Jam at some point. I think it was later on in his career, but
because what was his first single? That All I Got Is You, right?
This first single, no, I might have been. So the first album was Iron Man. So the single, I know they made a single for Daytona 500. There was a video for that. I don't know if there was I know All I Got Is You might have been the second or third single. I'm not exactly sure, man. You got me on the spot in front of everybody, dude. Like, give me right now. Like, I have no idea. But I know there was a video for Daytona 500 because that was a cartoon joint over Speed Racer. So I remember that.
Right.
That one was dope as hell.
All I Got Is You was the first single. So
it was the first single. Okay, cool.
Daytona 500 was the second one. So
okay.
So when he dropped that, you got to think, and he was on a big label too. He was on Epic.
Okay.
Yeah, so think about that, because who's singing on All I Got Is You?
Mary J, from what I remember,
right.
So, yeah, man.
And where was Mary J in her career at that time, bro?
Oh, like, yeah, Mary J was, yeah. I mean, yeah, she was definitely that. She was the it girl for sure for R&B and hip hop. She's the queen of R&B and hip hop. So that's nothing to be said about that. So that does solidify your point with Loud not having a big budget. But man, how do they create this perfect piece of art, man? It always fascinates me how you can have a low budget and come out with perfection. You know what I'm saying? Like this album, you guys, is perfection. Like it's got rhymes, it's got cinematic themes, it's got chemistry, everything you could think of with a quintessential perfect album. The Purple Tape delivers on all that.
It's another thing. So, like, I don't know if you saw what Scarface said the other day. The reason, like, he was like, I don't really care for radio. He was like, radio will just play your shit and then move on to the next.
Right.
Streets will bump your shit. They will bump your shit. They will bump your shit. They will bump your shit. So you got to think like that, because, like I said, this was a street album. Everybody else, like Ghostface and Method Man and Dirty, all had radio songs.
Right.
What song of Raekwon was on the radio?
Right.
So you gotta think it was a straight street album. You could tell it was a straight street album because it was all about mafioso shit. So you know what I'm saying? And that's why I think that's why RZA really went in there and put his touch on it like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So have you watched this TV show?
I have not actually. I have not. It's one of my list of things to do. I have not been spending my
So,
time wisely, Kinfolk. I ain't gonna front to you. I ain't gonna sit up here and lie, but I need to go back and check it out.
bro, so it okay on the show. It basically makes Root like Raekwon and Ghostface look like they beefing.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
they came with this masterpiece is like, beyond. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So, because
Interesting. Okay.
so RZA is making beats, and I think Ghostface is like his homie or something from in the same building or something. And then Raekwon comes in and he's like his cousin's friend or something. But yeah, nah, bro. Like I'm pretty sure they beefing in the show at first because like I think Raekwon shoots up Ghostface's house or something like that.
Word?
Yeah, bro. Like you
Okay.
have to watch. Yeah, you gotta watch the show. You're gonna be like, oh damn, I didn't realize none of this.
Word? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. Like it gets in depth into early because it's early Wu Tang. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
And so, and then at the end of the season, you can see like where the group's starting to form in the studio at the end. You get what I'm saying?
Okay. Okay.
That's how it ends on the first season. Like they come because people forget RZA's Prince Rakeem, Hi Rakeem. You know what I'm saying? So, so people forget that. Like I ain't forget that shit.
It's out there. We ain't
It's
forget,
out
RZA.
there.
We ain't forget. We
So
ain't forget. We ain't forget that word, man. It's still out there. You know what I mean? But I want to get back to your thoughts on this, Kinfolk, and then we'll start to wrap things up here in a second. But we're talking about the album itself. So it's 18 tracks. Which tracks did you find yourself going back to? So which ones do you put on and you're like, you know what, I gotta listen to this one first, or do you just go front
like
to
yeah, I
front to
kind of
end, or how do you listen to the album yourself? How do you structure it?
I just kind of let it play because you got to think. So Knuckleheads is my joint.
Word, word,
Not
man.
five. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even one of them 5% dudes, and I don't know why I like that song. That's just weird to me. What else was it? I like Criminology. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna front. Um, what's the one song? I mean, you gotta like Verbal Intercourse though. I mean, I wish Nas and Ghostface would actually do more tracks together. I think that would,
True,
oh,
true.
I think that'd be super hard.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I mean,
That's dope, man. And I've heard. I'm listening to what I've been hearing in the street. A lot of people consider that Nas verse on Verbal Intercourse one of the best verses in hip hop. So I was like,
it
oh,
is,
okay, well,
bro. Listen, people
it's
really sleep on Nas. Like Nas is a fucking rap genius. Like I would like to see Nas do some songs though, like with Royce. I think
that'd be
Royce,
fire. That'd be fire.
like I
That'd
think
be
Royce would
fire.
get him. You know what I'm saying?
That'd be fire, man. Yeah, Nas. I mean, Nas is Nas. To me, Nas has always been my top five, dead or alive. So
Yeah,
no case need to be made on my point of view with Nas. I think
right.
Nas is he is who he is. You know what I'm saying? He's a genius. But when I think about the album, I'm like you. I listen to it from beginning to end. I love the way it starts. I love the way it ends. Some of the standout tracks for me, one of my standout tracks is The Guillotine. And the reason why I bring up The Guillotine is because of Inspect the Deck. And Inspect the Deck has this, he has this ability, man, to set off tracks. And like, when he sets this one off, he's like, poisonous paragraphs, split the phonograph in half, it'd be to inspect the deck on the warpath. Like when you hear that, you're like, oh shit.
But yeah, but you
You know
also
what I'm
pick up the
saying? Like
second.
he just has this ability to open up tracks, yo. Like,
I
yo,
love it.
people sleep
I
on the
love
deck,
it.
man, for real, yo.
Yeah,
Like,
people be listen. What was that song? Atomic Bombically, whatever he be saying.
yeah, when he drops,
Bro, Tiger. He's
yes,
like,
bro. Like that's the best opening verse in hip hop, ladies and
right,
gentlemen.
bro.
That's the
Like,
best opening verse in hip hop, period. When he opens up, I can't even think of the damn name of the song on top of my head right
Triumph.
now.
It's called
Triumph,
Triumph.
yes, Triumph, yes. So
Yeah.
when y'all go back and listen to Triumph, there is no best opening verse on a hip hop song than Inspector Deck
Ever.
just dropping it. Like,
And
but
he
to me,
didn't
this one goes just as hard though. He goes
like
harder on that one, but this one he goes hard. And I want to talk about this real quick, Kinfolk. On one of the songs or one of the skits on the album is called Shark Niggas, when Raekwon and Ghost are talking about people biting. Now there's some subliminals in there. They don't name any names, right? So, but you know who they talking about on that skit. And so my question to you, my good sir, is on that skit, do you think that's done on purpose to put people on notice, or they just calling people out?
I think they just calling people out because at the same time, you gotta think they was wild, man. They was all wild back in them days.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They like I said, when you watch the show, you're gonna see they had that I don't give a fuck attitude, bro. Real talk. So I mean, like they all chill now. Like I said, when I talked to Raekwon like a couple weeks ago, like I said, I was trying to get him in the studio with Jay. So nah, they cool, like, you know what I'm saying? But nah, back in the day, nah. Bro, just look at the cover of this album, okay? Look at this shit. This is like, if you want problems with us, we will beat your ass. Like, come on, like
throwing brothers off airplanes because cash rules. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they didn't care, yo. They didn't care, man. My other favorite joint is Wu Gambino's. Like, to me, all the posse joints.
Guess, of course, bro, all posse joints are always gonna be
that's me, man. Like, that's just me personally. Like, the posse joints is dope, man. But man, let's talk about the elephant in the room, Kinfolk. Why, or what do you think your theory is on why ODB does not have a verse on the Purple Tape? Why do you think that is?
Because he was in a lot of shit. He was probably in some shit he wasn't supposed to be in at that time.
Truth be told, truth be told, okay, that's fair. I know. So I say that to say this because U-God, I saw in the interview, U-God drops a verse on the album, and then he drops one verse, and then he goes away for the rest of the album because he had to go away and do a bid. So Capadonna slides in and does a couple of verses on the album.
Right.
So could be your point. Maybe he was getting into some things that was a bad look for the album. Could or could not be. I mean, we'll never actually know unless we talk to Raekwon himself. So Raekwon, if you ever see this, brother, we are asking, why did ODB make a verse on this album? I really, really would love to know that answer to that question, brother. But other than that, Kinfolk, let me get your final thoughts, man. What do you want listeners to know about the Purple Tape and its impact on what it's done for you, man?
They don't need to know anything. They just need to go get it. Like, if you a hip hop head and a junkie, just go get it and just play it. Like I said, it's a top 10 classic rap album. It's made for the streets. You could tell right off rip. It's made for the streets, man.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I don't think there's anything else left to be said, ladies and gentlemen. I think we can wrap things up on what Kinfolk just said. So if you are a hip hop head or consider yourself a fan of hip hop music, hip hop culture, you need to listen to the Purple Tape at least 3 times, at least.
Bro, I hate when people say they hip hop heads and don't do their homework. I can't stand that.
Oh man, don't even get me started, man. Don't even get me started on the video right now. Don't even get me started, man. Or for my listeners, don't even get me started, man. But anyway, Kinfolk, this is my favorite part of the show where we do shout outs. So Kinfolk, ThePlug, for the second time of his appearance on the Diggie A2 platform. Your shout out, sir. And also on top of that, Kinfolk, tell a little bit of everybody where they can find you and what you are currently working on, brother. Plug in all your stuff, man. What's good, man? Talk to me.
I mean, we're just working on this podcast, Plugged In. You know what I'm saying? You just find me on IG at Kinfolk ThePlug. And, you know, working on tons of Sexy Psycho stuff.
Word. Shout out to Sexy Psycho for sure. Word, man. Word.
And that's it.
What else, man? That's it? That's all you got for the people?
That's it. Just, you know, follow us because we don't I don't want to let a lot of stuff out the bag yet.
Of course, man. You can't let people know everything. Like, I was being interviewed this past week. The brother asked me, like, yo, Rob, what you got working on? You'll find out. You'll find out. You know what I'm saying? You know, gangsters move in silence, like Meek Mill said, man. We don't let our secrets out. You know what I'm saying? But I get it. And Kinfolk ThePlug, thank you so much, brother. We're going to have all the links for all your descriptions to your IG, how to reach out to Sexy Psycho, all your stuff you got going on. So shout out to you, my brother, for being on today, man. Your expertise is unmatched. A very intelligent hip-hop mind that I want to challenge in the next season for sure. So thank you, brother, for coming on, showing love to Diggie A2, man. We love you to death, man, and wish you all nothing but the success you can handle in the future. My shout-outs this week are short. If y'all know anything about me personally, I've been going through a lot of things and I'm trying to overcome those things and I'm getting the love and the feel back, and Kinfolk is helping me with that right now. Being on here, getting back, because there was one of my fans, I'm going to say her name, one of my fans, Amber, you know who you are. Amber reached out to me and said, Rob, you can't quit. You can't quit. We need you. Yeah. And that really got to me. So shout out to Amber, shout out to my brother Matt Shout out to the Queen Jessica, and shout out to OG Tech, because OG Tech had a conversation with him about the same topic. He said the same thing. Don't quit. The people love you. So I'm going to stay with it, man. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to finish what I started. So I took an L, but, L's don't define us, man. L's only define how you get through them, and that's what I'm working through right now. So shout out to everybody that's been a part of this movement, everybody that's been part of all the episodes. And season 4 is coming September 7th. You all get ready. We're going into the new millennium of hip-hop, right? We're going into the new millennium. So get ready for that, ladies and gentlemen. But that's all we got for this week. So shout out to Kinfolk, shout out to his camp, shout out to hip hop music, hip hop culture. We'll see you guys in season 4. All right, man. Peace. 100.